is social anxiety still an issue you're coping with, such as right now? Or have you managed to rewire your brain to speak in public effortlessly? Week 2. The good news, Max, is us human beings are adaptation machines. What this really means is if you decide to continuously reinforce something, eventually it will become you. So do I feel anxiety when I'm speaking in public nowadays or in public? Rarely. Now, do I get those moments? Yes. But what I've trained myself to do is really befriend that energy, because it's just energy. See it different. See it different and really work with that energy. Because negative emotions can do something positive for yourself. And vice versa. Positive emotions can actually do something negative. You know, people have murdered each other in the name of love. A so-called positive emotion. How many know what I'm saying, by the way? So when you are, for example, feeling the anxiety, the stress, the overwhelm, it doesn't always have to resort to that same behavior all over again. You can learn to really dance with it, befriend it, channel it towards where you're trying to get to. Because if you really think about it, fear is in everyone. Now, regardless of whether or not you're going to admit that you're fearful every now and then, that's a whole different matter. But we have all learned how to cloak our fears. We have all learned to wear this flawless mask. And unfortunately, we've been rewarded for wearing a flawless mask. True? So all throughout your life, you've been rewarded for concealing your fears. Some people conceal it by buying a nice car. Some people conceal it with their corporate composure. Some people conceal it by never leaving the town that they've grown up in. Some people conceal it by just never talking about it. Some people conceal it by resorting to drugs or drinks, whatever it may be. But we've all found a way of coping with our fear. But understand what fear is and what it isn't. Fear has always been there since the earliest humanity has been, developed throughout the years. Think about back in the caveman, cavewoman era, fearing their life. That allowed them to create some form of, the shelter, the weapons to protect themselves. Fast forward many, many centuries, fearing diseases and illnesses, doctors, scientists got their creative hats on, invented new ways of preventing themselves from really being wiped out. Fast forward to many, many years later, this same fear has been the very fuel that has literally cultivated new innovations, new inventions. So our culture that we see today has been born because of fear. Is this making sense? So when you begin to see how fear has been the fuel, the backbone behind our society, behind these inventions, the creations, then you can begin to see how you can befriend it and allow it to work for you instead of working against you. That's the sort of change I had to go through with anxiety, because anxiety was going to be there, right? One of my mentors always said to me, Tim, you're always going to be anxious, right? You're just hypervigilant. You're always going to be that way. But you can allow that hypervigilance to work for you, Tim. You can use that hypervigilance, Tim, to allow you to better read the room. You can allow this hypervigilance to work for you so you can connect better with people, or make you more excited, more energy out there since you're an introvert, Tim. That's how we can begin to evolve regardless of these emotions.